We now have Portland Nightshader shirts and hoodies down in the description below. Be sure to pick one up today if you do want to support us moving into the APA and NCP season. Hey guys, John Jr. here, bringing you guys another APA video, this time for week 2 against Ben and his Charlotte Charizards. Last time, we unfortunately lost to Leo and his Durham Druddigons. I thought we played phenomenally. There was some hacks on both sides. It was a very hacksy game, as mine and Leo's games usually are, and there's not a lot you can do about that, man. So unfortunately, we are, I believe, 11th seed right now, 0-1 -1, which is totally fine. I know we will bounce back. And honestly, Leo is one of the harder, if not the hardest person on our schedule. Losing like that is like... I feel really good about this season. However, I don't know if I already made a video or if I'm making the video tomorrow, but we made a lot of transactions for our team. Basically, I decided G-Max Tox was an awful, horrible Pokemon and very stinky and very bad, because when you Dynamax or Gigamax or whatever it is, Boom Burst loses 15% on damage output, which is insane to even think about. So I dropped that and a bunch of other stinky Pokemon, and we've got a really nice squad now, but I'll talk about that all in just a second, as well as Ben's squad. Looking at our team after the transactions, we still have Kyurem, Rotom Wash, Chandelure, and Rabombi. But we did make a transaction. I dropped Stinky, Horrible, Awful, Alolan Persian. That is a bad Pokemon that I was never going to bring for a really good Pokemon. I picked up Garbodor, which adds spikes as well as toxic spikes to give us a lot of hazards. And I'm a very big hazard stack player, so I really think Garbodor will fit really nicely on the team. And it gives us a Fairy Resist, which is very appreciated after dropping G-Max Tox. We have Claydol still. Unfortunately, there was no replacement for Claydol, and I'm very sad about that. And then we picked up this big, ugly G-Max. We picked up G-Max Dirtledon. I know that's not how you say it, but that's what we're nicknaming it. So from now on and forever, this Pokemon will be known as Dirtledon. We got Socks the Terrakion still. We unfortunately had to drop Copperajah, which is kind of sad because that was one of the Pokemon I was actually really enjoying using, but we picked up BISHARP. We picked up a real Dark type, which is very awesome. Then we picked up Guzma, the GOLISOPod. This Pokemon was tier 4 for whatever reason. I think it's a phenomenal tier 3 Pokemon, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. It provides us with more spike support with a lot of priority, and I think it's just overall a great Pokemon. And it gives us double water, and I am a double water man at heart. And then lastly, unfortunately, we still have Lip, the Swoopat. I tried to drop this for Xatu, but we did not have enough points, which is very sad, so I guess Lip can stay. As far as Ben's team goes, Ben has Terrakion. Ben also has a pair of nice socks. Celebi, Obstagoon, Braviary, Aromatisse, Manectric, G-Max Gengar, which is actually very scary, Goodra, and he has 3 Pokemon that I don't think are very good at all. I'm not entirely sure how the math adds up to take up the rest of his free points, to be completely honest, but he got Steelix. I'm gonna go ahead and skip over this 10th Pokemon because this is not a real Pokemon. Mantine. And then lastly, Raboot. As far as the biggest threats go on both of our teams, I think Socks is the biggest threat in the entire match. On his side of the field, if Terrakion gets a Rock Polish up, we could be in a lot of trouble. Terrakion's dual stabs plus Earthquake puts us in a very tough situation to try to switch into it. On our side, the exact same thing. However, it's Terrakion's dual stabs plus Mega Horn puts him in a very tough situation to switch into it. Either way, both people have a lot of trouble switching into Terrakion. There's going to be some really big pivots that have to be made, and then obviously our G-Maxes are going to have to put in a lot of work. As far as the first Pokemon that I do believe that Ben is bringing, obviously, he's got Socks. He's got the Terrakion. This Pokemon, like I just said, I think does phenomenal in the matchup, whether it be a Rock Polish 3 attack set, which I think is very likely, or a Scarf set, I think is also pretty likely since we do have webs, we have a lot of speed control, we have priority. I think Scarf is also pretty likely. If he's scared of Guzma, our Golisopod, he could totally be Pasho Berry for the Aqua Jet, and he could even be Banded because the speed tier matches up really nicely. All in all, I think Terrakion is the Pokemon that offensively pressures us the most. It makes us very pressed to switch into it, and honestly, if he plays this right, he might just be able to win late game with Terrakion. The next Pokemon that I almost put as the biggest threat, but I did not because I think Terrakion does a little bit better than it, is going to be G-Max Gengar. It's going to be very sad to see our mascot go up against us, but this Pokemon does very well. G-Max Gengar is a Pokemon that we do not switch into no matter how you look at it. Even with a good offensive Dark type now, he still has Max Knuckle, which is 4 times super effective against our BISHARP. We have no Pokemon that resists both poison and ghost coverage, and this Pokemon can honestly just click buttons against us. Thankfully for us, it cannot hold an item, so it cannot be Life Orb, so that's going to be a little bit easier to deal with. And we do have 2 Steel types, so him clicking Max Ooze and getting the boost is going to be very difficult for him, and we have a lot of Pokemon to outspeed and revenge him. While this Pokemon, I think if we do not prep for it properly, is going to be a huge issue. I think we prep for it accordingly. The next Pokemon is going to be Braviary. I think Braviary has a really good shot to coming. It's his only real defogger because Mantine does not count, and we're obviously a hazard stack team with web, so I think Braviary has to come. Our team doesn't do the best against Braviary. As far as offensively goes, dual stabs do kind of hurt us a lot, plus CC hits a lot of our Pokemon. But I really do think he's going to be running Scarf Defog with Brave Bird, and what's it get, Facade with Close Combat. I think is a pretty good set, or he could go U-turn over normal stab. The next Pokemon that I think he brings is going to be Aromatisse. This Pokemon defensively does very, very well against us. It switches into Terrakion, it switches into Kyurem, kinda. Honestly, it's kind of hard to say what other Pokemon he's going to bring after the first three, because I think the first three have a really good matchup, and the other Pokemon all kind of do eh. Aromatisse, though, it can stop Terrakion. Like I said, it can be a pretty decent switch into that so long as we aren't Iron Head, so he's probably going to be either Babiri or Kasib in case we are Poison Jab. Probably just a pretty standard set, you know, Wish, Protect, Toxic, Moonblast, something like that. Next Pokemon, Goodra. I think Goodra does a really good job in this game. It stops Rotom Wash, it stops Chandelure, kind of even eats from Rabombi. This Pokemon's just a really good wall form. I think it's going to be great to pair this with Aromatisse in this matchup on his end. And while it is set up fodder for a few things, like, I do believe that Goodra does pretty okay in this matchup. And then lastly, I think he's going to be bringing the Goondox, Obstagoon. This was really weird to pick which last Pokemon came, because I don't think any of these last Pokemon do good. We have a lot to switch into Obstagoon. I think Obstagoon can do good, but like on the matchup, just looking at the matchup, it doesn't do great. The only reason that he would really bring it is for Sticky Web Defiant, but even then it's really slow. We have a lot of Pokemon to outspeed it, and even then, like, locking into a move isn't very good for him. So I'm not entirely sure if he does bring Obstagoon, but it gives him momentum, which is really nice. He can pivot into Terrakion and then claim his KO every single time, which is very, very scary. And other than that, I think Celebi has an opportunity to come to wall Rotom Wash. Other than that, it doesn't do a whole lot though. I think Manectric probably doesn't come, man. I don't think it does that great, but our ground type is Claydol, so who am I to say that? I think Steelix does really bad, but if he's really scared of offensive physical Kyurem, then he will bring it. Many times a stinky, awful Pokemon and should never come to any matches. And then Rabu, I just think all of the other Pokemon do a little bit better. So that is going to be what I think of the matchup, and we are going to go ahead and move on to the Pokemon that I am bringing now. So for the first Pokemon, this was the very first Pokemon I put on the team. We got Socks the Terrakion. I'm gonna get so sick of saying that soon. We have Close Combat, Mega Horn, Rock Slide, and Stealth Rock with 4 HP, 192 attack, 0 defense, 0 special attack, 60 Spadep, and 252 speed Jolly. And we do have the Life Orb, of course. This Pokemon, like I talked about in team preview, puts on so much pressure on Bin's side of the field. With Close Combat plus Rock Slide, we hit almost everything not named Celebi, and then with Mega Horn, we hit that super effectively as well. We have Rocks. Rocks are kind of nice in this matchup. I don't think they're needed, but they do put on pressure on Braviary to actually defog. And we are going max speed to speed tie his Terrakion. He's either going to be Scarfed or he's going to speed creep. So I feel like he's not gonna speed tie the Terrakion. And even if he does, we have a 50-50 shot to outspeed that boy and kill him. And then if he is Scarfed, we outspeed it if he's not max speed under webs, which is really cool. As far as our EVs go, we can live a Gengar Focus Blast, and we can live a Scarf Adamant Braviary Close Combat. This Pokemon is just here to do a lot of damage, break things, and maybe win late game under webs even. And I talked about this next Pokemon a lot. I've already kind of spoiled it by saying that we have webs, but our next Pokemon is going to be Rabombi. Rabombi is a very similar set to last week. We have Sticky Web, Moonblast, Psychic, and U-turn with 28 HP, 0 attack, 140 defense, 180 special attack, 12 Spadef, 148 speed with a timid nature. Moonblast hits the majority of his team. The only thing it really doesn't hit besides Steelix is going to be Gengar, which we do have Psychic for. We have Sticky Web as this Pokemon doesn't need to click this button, but if we can late game, this Pokemon can click this button and put our other Pokemon in a good position to win. And then we have U-turn for momentum or to hit the stupid Celebi that dies to any bug move ever. We do have Expert Belt to help us hit things like the Gengar with Psychic a little bit harder, or the Obstagoon with Moonblast. We do have Expert Belt, which will help us hit things like Gengar a little bit better with Psychic, Terrakion and Obstagoon a little bit better with Moonblast. As far as our EVs go, we can outspeed everything that is not Scarf because of how the speed tiers work out. We can live a Scarfed Obstagoon Double Edge, and like I said, this Pokemon is going to be very important to keep in the back to try to revenge the Gengar. We do about half with a Psychic coming back in if he is G-Max. So if we can get that damage off, we can keep Rabombi in the back, or we can even get webs up late game, then I think this Pokemon does really, really well. The third Pokemon is going to be a new one that we just picked up. It is going to be BISHARP. BISHARP works very well with Rabombi, especially once we get webs up to kind of pressure him to not click defog. While BISHARP does do phenomenal in this matchup, it is very, very slow, so we did have to put a choice scarf on it. As far as the rest of our set goes, we have Sucker Punch, Throat Chop, Iron Head, and Low Kick with 4 HP, max attack adamant, 4 defense, 0 special attack, 20 speed def, and 228 speed. We have Throat Chop over Knockoff because we actually cannot hit G-Max Pokemon with the Knockoff. And this Pokemon is here as a revenge killer for Gengar as well. We have Low Kick specifically for the Steelix. Iron Head plus Dark move does really well, and then we have Sucker Punch in case we somehow get knocked off by like Obstagoon or something, or if Celebi becomes a problem, if he has Scarf Celebi, things like that. As far as our EVs go, we can live a Celebi Earth Power. We can outspeed all non-Scarfers with our Scarf, and then we've dumped the rest in Attack Adamant. This Pokemon puts on so much pressure as a revenge killer. Really, we just have to find out what his Scarfers are, take care of those, and BISHARP does phenomenal. The next Pokemon we have is gonna be Durtolodon. Woo, G-Max. I'm so happy we finally get to bring our G-Max Pokemon. We have Flash Cannon, Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse, and Draco. 44 HP, 0 attack, 140 defense, 92 special attack, and 68 speed def with 164 speed and a timid nature. This Pokemon is just here to be a breaker. Under webs specifically, this Pokemon does phenomenal, but outside of webs, this Pokemon can live almost any, if not any, one hit. And then potentially Oko something back. Dual Stabs does really good. Flash Cannon specifically does phenomenal. Dark Pulse allows us to hit the Gengar as well as the Celebi. Thunderbolt for the stinky Mantine just in case so he doesn't wall us. And then Draco Meteor so the Goodra doesn't just sit in front of us. We can live a +1 Gengar Max Knuckle and a banded Terrakion close combat after rocks. And then we went enough speed to outspeed the creeps of Bisharp, and I feel like this was pretty important. We could have went almost max speed to outspeed Goodra, but then we wouldn't have had like any special attack investment, and realistically, if he speed creeps anything, I think it'll be Bisharp, because our base 80 is Shandy, and I don't think he's really going to try to outspeed Shandy since we don't do a whole lot to him. So Duraludon's kind of there to make way for other Pokemon, but the next Pokemon that we have is going to be the win con that Duraludon is going to be breaking wave for. We have Absolute Zero, the Kyurem. Dragon Dance, Icicle Spear, Earth Power, and Roost. 4 HP, 156 attack, Lonely Nature, 36 defense, 68 special attack, 0 speed def, and 244 speed. And we do have the heavy duty boots. Shout out to Obunga for this set idea, by the way. Icicle Spear demolishes his team once we get a Dragon Dance up. His only real switch-in is going to be Steelix, and we do have Earth Power for that. The only other Pokemon that really appreciates this Pokemon is going to be Aromatisse, which I think our team deals with just fine otherwise. And even then, once we get a Dragon Dance up, if we get like a 5-hit Icicle Spear, goodbye Aromatisse. But just in case, we do have Earth Power for the Steelix in case he is going to keep that Steelix late game, in case he knows this is our win con. We have Boots because I do not want to deal with rocks on this Pokemon. I want as much HP as possible, and I don't really think we need another item anyway. The only other item would be like Never Melt Ice, I guess. Our speed allows us to outspeed the base 80s, and our special attack investment allows us to 2-hit KO a max speed def Steelix if he does not have leftovers, which I don't know why he wouldn't, but we couldn't really hit the other benchmark up if he had leftovers. Our defense is really weird, but it allows us to live a Scarf Adamant Braviary close combat and get that Dragon Dance off. And the only issue with this set is if he's Scarfed Obstagoon or Scarfed Terrakion, we have to make sure we pivot around that and find out which one is his Scarfer before we end up trying to set up with this. The last Pokemon is going to be Guzma, the GOLISOPod, making his debut as well. He has First Impression, Aqua Jet, Liquidation, and Leech Life. 4 HP, 148 attack adamant, 188 defense, 0 special attack, 100 speed def, and 68 speed. And we do have the Mystic Water to make our Aqua Jets hit just a little bit harder. The reason we're bringing this is because it keeps a lot of his setup threats at bay with First Impression plus Aqua Jet. First Impression scares the likes of Celebi and Obstagoon, and Aqua Jet can help us with things like Terrakion and Braviary, and even Gengar. Our speed allows us to outspeed I believe it's 12 speed Goodra under web, and we can live 2 Obstagoon double edges, which allows us to not have Emergency Exit activate, and we can click Leech Life pretty free. And we kind of just keep this Pokemon in the back to break things, to revenge kill things like Celebi and Obstagoon, and be a very scary threat in the back. So, to recap our team, our first Pokemon is going to be Sox, the Terrakion. He is going to be a heavy breaker this game. Close combat, Rock Slide, Mega Horn, and Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock's not 100% necessary. You can kind of just click a button whenever he comes in. And hopefully Sox will pick up a KO this game, guys. We got Sox. Our next Pokemon is going to be Jeremy, the Rabombi. This Pokemon is here to revenge kill things such as the Gengar. We do have Sticky Web, Moonblast, Psychic, and U-Turn. Sticky Web, while it is not necessary, could be good late game to help something like Terrakion Sox. Then we have General Stud, the Bisharp. He is a Scarf set with Sucker Punch, Throat Chop, Low Kick, and Iron Head. Here to revenge kill the Gengar, here to put on a lot of offensive pressure, and to prevent webs from being defogged on our side of the field. Next up, we have Dirtledon. Dirtledon is here to put on a lot of offensive pressure, break a lot of Pokemon, do very well, whether it be in webs or out of webs, take a hit, fire something back, and basically claim at least 1 KO. Then we have our Wincon, Absolute Zero. This Pokemon, late game, once it gets a Dragon Dance up, depending on the Pokemon he brings, whether he brings Steelix, Slash, or Aromatisse, this Pokemon can do phenomenal. We do have the Earth Power Tech for the Steelix in case it comes down to that Pokemon versus us. And other than that, once we get a Dragon Dance up, we're looking very, very solid. And then our last Pokemon, Guzma, the GOLISOPod. He is going to be a breaker as well this game. He has First Impression and Aqua Jet to keep things like Terrakion and Celebi at bay, and generally just be a very good breaker with Liquidation plus Leech Life. No stinky Mantines, please. Like I said, the Wincon. We have to destroy Aromatisse and Steelix to make way for Absolute Zero to be able to Dragon Dance and win the game. We have BISHARP and Rabambi to revenge the Gengar, and Dirtledon plus Sox to be able to break a lot of Pokemon. Guzma keeps things like Terrakion and Celebi at bay, and other than that, I think this is a very winnable matchup. We just cannot let Terrakion get a Rock Polish up, which I don't think this team ever allows. And that is going to be all for the team builder. Let me know what you guys think of this team down below, and I will see you guys in just a second with the match. And we are here against Ben. Let's go ahead and get connected with him and see what he brought. Be sure to check Ben out down below. I love Ben. He's a good homie. Okay, so we'll see what Ben brings. Ben brings exactly what we expect. He does bring Stinky Mantine. No Gengar. Whoa. We prepped so bad for Gengar. Or so, we over-prepped for Gengar. What is this, dog? And he brings Stinky Idiot Mantine. I hate everything. That mon's awful. Why did he bring that? Okay, so let me change the layout real quick. It took me forever to find the Gengar gift too. That's the gift I was talking about, Ben, if you're watching this. So you suck for not bringing that Pokemon. Stinky Idiot Mantine. I hate this Pokemon, and I'm so mad that I have to put it on my layout. And then no Obstagoon. And instead he brings Celebi, which I don't think that's too big of a deal. Why do I have to go for Shiny Celebi? Okay. Whatever, you guys get to see Shiny Celebi. So, our Wincon is still looking phenomenal in Kyurem. What's looking like a great lead? I think Rabambi's a pretty solid lead. We could also lead Terrakion. Terrakion's actually a really good lead. I see no downside to leading Terrakion, actually. Nah, I like Rabambi a lot. We're going to lead Rabambi. Hold on, quick curry, go! See, this is what I hate about the land timer. I see no downside leading Rabambi. Yeah, because I think he's going to lead Celebi. That thing can't OHKO us. The only issue is if he leads Terrakion. But we could find out if that boy's Scarf, I suppose. I feel like this is fine. I feel like we're okay. We're okay, right? I'm sorry if it's not loud enough, by the way. Let me turn it up a little bit. Rabambi. We'll see what he leads. We'll see what he leads. I had so much pressure to pick a lead because I didn't do that beforehand, and he threw me so off guard with the mons that he brought. America. Okay. This was not very cash money. This was not what I wanted to see. I'm going to switch into Dirtledon. I think. I'm switching into Dirtledon. Actually, General Stud has no purpose left, right? Because he didn't bring Gengar. I'm going to switch into General Stud. He's not clicking close combat right now. Worst he does is U-turn. And I'd rather not have Chip on Dirtledon. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. U-turn to Bisharp. If he close combats us, then good play, I guess. We'll see what he does, though. U-turn does like 30. Yeah. So I'm going to assume he's Scarf. U-turn, a crit. Okay. That might suck. Scarf. I'm going to assume he's Scarf. So, what do we have to do to get Kyurem in a position to win? We have to kill the Aromatisse. He didn't bring Steelix. That's phenomenal. Actually, once we kill Aromatisse, we're actually in a really good position to just win. I'll see what he goes here. I imagine he goes like Mantine? What do I do about that? Mantine. How much damage do I do to that? A Throat Chop actually has a chance to KO. Oh wait, never mind. That's if he's no attack. Scald can't kill us, so I might just risk that dude, to be honest. Pan? Yo, if we can kill this right now, that'd be pretty awesome, actually. Celebi. I'm gonna click Throat Chop. We don't have it. We have no chance to kill this, but this is kind of why Bisharp's here, though. Get damage off. Throat Chop. We are faster. We do so much damage. What's he click? Earth Power? Aura Sphere. Goodbye, BISHARP. So, very offensive game. Very fast-paced game. Aura Sphere. He's not Scarfed. Very interesting. Okay. I think I go Rabombi here. I can click U-turn pretty free. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I get U-turn for absolutely nothing. Yeah, I get U-turn for absolutely nothing. It sucks that I had to stack BISHARP like that, but I feel like that was definitely the right play. We got damage off on Celebi, and I feel like we deal with Aromatisse pretty alright. Otherwise, we still have Duraludon, and I don't think... Seeing that he didn't bring Gengar, I don't think we had that much purpose with BISHARP. So he's going to withdraw. Mr. Ray, in comes the Mantine. Yo, is this just a free Terrakion? This Pokemon's awful. Take 95 from this U-turn, please. Terrakion. Rock Slide Oko's you every universe. I'm going Terrakion and I'm clicking my button. I could have also went Duraludon, though. Maybe I should have went Duraludon. He doesn't have a switch in for Duraludon. Is he lefties? He might be, I have to click Rock Slide. He might be Charty-Berry, which is something that I definitely expect. He's not. Okay. So we get a Rock Slide off. Goes into Pan. He sacks Celebi. Goodbye, Celebi. Goodbye, Celebi. Rock Slide. So we kill Celebi. So this is a very offensive game. Very, very offensive game. So let me take a second to think. We got rid of Mantine. If he sends in Terrakion, that's very scary because that means that he's probably Scarf. And I guess I'll pivot into Golisopod. I guess I have to pivot into Golisopod. What do I do? Chopper, is that... Oh! Do I respect him being Scarf? Do I lose if he clicks Rock Polish here? I think I have to click, does Golisopod die? To a Stone Edge. Terrakion. If he's not banded, and he's Life Orb. Golisopod actually chews, so I'm gonna go into Golisopod here. Why does Golisopod chew? Oh, I clicked Dynamax. Uh-oh. Wait, that was a Dynamax Golisopod. Well, we might lose if he's Life Orb, actually. Uh-oh. Well, that wasn't very cash money. No, he clicked Close Combat. How much damage does this do? 151, 117. Close Combat. Let's see what item he was. Probably Scarf. He's going to go into... He's either going to click Rock Move or go into Mantine, so I'm going to go into Duraludon. But he did... How much? Calculator. Yeah, he withdraws into Mantine. 117, 34. Who? Well, this is fine, too, I think. He did 34. So he's... Yeah. He's like max attack. So he's got Close Combat, probably Scarf, I guess? How does Duraludon deal with this Pokemon? Do I want to bust out the Dynamax here? I don't think so. What would he click here? Fire Move? Like, once we're Dynamax, I think I go Rabombi here. Does Fire Blast kill Rabombi? Yeah. I don't know what to do here, actually. I could just go Duraludon and Break. I'm gonna go... I need Webs Up, I feel like. I'm gonna... I don't have to Dynamax first turn, right? I'm gonna Dynamax click Draco. Yeah, I'm gonna Dynamax click Max Wormwind. I could have went into Rabombi there. Okay, my thought process. I could have went Rabombi and got free webs, but if he clicks Fire Blast here, which makes a lot of sense, because he's not going to kill me if I Dynamax regardless. So he should click Fire Blast here, theoretically. If he clicks Fire Blast here, he would kill Rabombi. I do not want that. And chip on this is going to be very cash money. And we are faster, so slower than... So he's probably going to take like half. Oh my goodness. Slower than Duraludon. And he clicks Draco. It should not KO us unless he Specs. He's very much not Specs. What is he? He's not even offensive based on that. What does he potentially switch into this? Aromatisse, I click Flash Cannon. Max Steel Spike. Yeah, we should be okay. No, actually, he is Choice Specs. It's so weird to calc Dynamax. Okay, and I know I'm jumpy and all over the place, but Choice Specs, yeah. So he is Specs. And we always live that guaranteed. So bye-bye Gudra. Draco Specs. We might actually switch out Durladon and save him. Show me what HP I'm at. This Dynamax is so ugly, by the way. Probably goes Terrakion. Yeah, Doug. This is not very good. Do I I'm on 22 out of... Can I live rocks? 22. 20... It won't... Why will you not tell me? It won't tell me. I don't know. I could go into... He clicks rock move here. I think he clicks rock move. I think I save this and go to Terrakion. I'm like on some real, Doug. On some real. On some big plays, I think he clicks rock move here. So I'm making some big plays. We're saving Durladon because we kind of need that to break Aromatisse. And once we break Aromatisse, Kyurem wins. So I think he clicked Rock Slide or Stone Edge. He did not. I don't understand why not. That's okay. We get Rabambi for free now. I don't understand why he did that, though. Ha! Why did he do that? Why did he do that? I click webs. Why did he do that? I'm gonna assume he's Scarf based on the way he's playing it. So I need this web to get up. I need this web up to get Kyurem into Dragon Dance. Why did he do that, actually? Rock move should have guaranteed killed Durladon. He's gotta be Scarf. No, he's not. He's gonna kill us. So what item is he? Really? Well, we got our web up. I'm very confused on how he's playing this Terrakion, though. Why would he have just given us that Pokemon there? We might lose to this Pokemon now. I don't understand how he played this at all, dude. Can I get a DD up with Kyurem and win? Can I DD on this? Yeah, I can. I'm gonna go GOLISOPOD. And I'm gonna get some damage off on this. No, I can't. I lose. No, I lose. I lose. Why did he not click Stone Edge? Ha. He's playing so... That's okay. We lose. That's okay. Our only hope is that he misses a move. Actually, we have a roll to live this, too. Oh my gosh, is that a crit? No. We have a chance to live this, or we have a roll to live this, and we do. That sucks, man. I overplayed and I lost because of it. That is what it is. But I don't know if I agree with how he played the Terrakion, though, man. Like, because he risked it, like, 3 times. These leftovers. Whatever. We gotta sack Durladon. We have to go into GOLISOPOD. We have to click Aqua Jet. Kyurem can still win? Kyurem can still win. We have to kill this Terrakion. Actually, no, we don't. Okay. Obviously, we go Guzma here. And we click Aqua Jet. We have no other play. Because if he stays in, we lose. Okay, so we click Aqua Jet. Potentially kill this thing. If he goes Mantine, that's fine. Yeah, he withdraws. That's fine. Leech Life still does a lot of damage to this Pokemon. Oh, he's going to be Defog, isn't he? That's okay. We go hard into Kyurem here. +1. We basically have to hope that he doesn't get a Scald Burn. That's our win con now. We get a DD off, and we could potentially win. He's gonna click... What's it? D double into... Aromatisse. Okay, that was a good double on his part. That was a good play. Would he be Fizz Def or Spud Def this matchup? Okay, the only way I win this is if I get a DD off right here. No, there's no way to win this. I have to get a DD off right here. He has to... And we have to get 5 hits. He has to not be Fizz Def. We have to get 5 hits. And then we can win. Those are the win conditions, boys. Trick Room. Well, that is not what we wanted to see. And actually, yeah. Huh. That's not very cash money. I'm in awe about how he played, and he kills us. Is he Life Orb? I just got the knocked out of me, dude. Because I made a... Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We are going to lose here to Bin. Be sure to check out his side down below. That's it for me, guys. And for now, guys, this has been John Jr. signing off.